Hi Aries, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot and happy birthday. I am bringing you your love and separation read for the month of April. I know I'm a little early, so I'm shocked too. New moon in Aries on the 1st. Good time for manifestation. Good time to push forward on things that either you're leaving behind and moving past or you're working toward. Good day for goal setting and goal accomplishing. So let's see what we got for you, Aries, in love in April. Ooh, you're going to get cracking on something. Did you hear those cards pop? Expect powerful change, Aries, and I would expect nothing less out of Aries. Aries bring change because they keep it moving. Balance spirituality and practicality. So basically what this is saying to you is push forward to change, but don't push forward so much that you're in burnout, Aries. Learn to balance life and work and love and play. It's time to release negativity. So you are definitely moving past something. You're like, I'm done with this. I'm moving past this. And while you will be successful moving past it, you need to be careful not to go too hard. So, let's see what we got. Okay, you are looking for another opportunity. But the beautiful thing about Aries is that Aries makes their opportunities. And you are going to be abundant and successful in making this opportunity. Watch your communication. Don't let your communication go to a petty place. Trust me, I'm an Aries moon, so I understand how easy that can be. Although Aries sometimes doesn't use a lot of words, they might use a lot of force. So, you're having a conversation with someone about, kind of using the idea that you are working on yourself. You'd rather be single. You are going to have conversation about relationship and about the lack of nurture. You want balance, and that's where you're going towards. So your idea of love is healing this situation, healing yourself. For some of you, you're going to be moving past a relationship. For others of you, you are going to be balancing some things out, releasing negativity, balancing the relationship with work. There's going to be a lot of truth and transparency happening, which lays down conflict for you. So let's see what's going on with your partner. So changes, most definitely, Aries, either way. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, well, I go check out the Scorpio video, kind of similar. So let's see what we got going on for your partner. Okay. Your partner's moving forward. They don't feel like there's any success in this situation. Their success may lay elsewhere. Aries, this may be you saying, hey, go on and live your best life. I think that I need to do the same. So it looks like a relationship is coming to a close for some of you. Yeah, Aries, I mean, you're just kind of saying, look, okay, how do I put this? Aries is kind of saying, hey, you know what? I'm not wanting anything really committed at this point in my life. I've got a lot to work out. I want to have a balance. I don't have time for full-on relationship. My wish fulfillment is to be honest with you and say to you, hey, I'm looking for a good time. I'm looking for dating. I'm not looking for full-on commitment. So if you have to move on, Aries is saying to the partner, if you've got to move on and take a job out of town or relocate or whatever it is that you need to do, go look for something else, then drive on, because I've got my goals set here. And that's what I'm being in alignment with. I mean, hey, there's no shame in that. There's no shame in saying, look, I'm not avoiding anything. I just don't, I'm not feeling it for a relationship right now. Let's see how this person feels about you. Or maybe, for some of you, you're saying, look, I need something deeper. And that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm in alignment with. Your partner doesn't feel as though they want to move forward. They're not being defensive about it. This isn't going to be a big blow up for you, Aries. It's not going to be a knockdown, drag out. They are a little brokenhearted because they wanted to bring commitment. It's in the reverse. But I think when they realized that's not what you were wanting, they had to back up across that line. And they are brokenhearted, but they, Aries, understand that you're moving on to different things, and they are too. Let's see what your blocks are. You want emotional fulfillment. You're tired of just being the bare minimum. I think you're tired of overcoming a great deal of things in order to be in relationship with people. I also think at some point, for those of you who want deeper commitment, some of you don't, but those of you who do want deeper commitment, you're saying here, you know what? I'm tired of holding on to a person who's delivering me the bare minimum. So I am holding out for a relationship that's going to give me as much as I'm giving to it. And I think that's kind of what you're telling this person. Some of you are saying, hey, I need something deeper. And other parts of you are saying, I'm not into this commitment. I don't really have the resources or the time or energy to dedicate to it. And it's not fair to you to keep you in it when I'm not even in it. So if you need to move on, okay, it's okay. Let's see what's going on between you. Yeah, the nurturing just isn't there because somebody is concentrated here on their career, on their money, on growing their career, on a promotion, on whatever. I would probably say that's you, Aries. So at one time, maybe this person had the idea that you could solve all their problems, Aries, but quickly learned that you were not going to solve all their problems as far as love goes. The offer is in the reverse. And there may be someone else maybe that they're focused on as well. Yeah. There may be children involved here for some of you that you're focused on. But nonetheless, the partner will be moving forward, but they really are not going to be letting go of you fully. They may reappear back in your life at a certain point when things are more copacetic for relationship. But right now, what they're saying is they understand that you don't have it to give it to them. You're focused on your life and your career. I think they do have deep feelings for you. I think they feel like soulmate here. And they will continue to hold on to you. Now, I'm not saying they're to stalk you or bother you or whatever, but they will move forward, but they're not going to be letting go of how they feel about you just yet. And I think the both of you are holding on for a better time. Let's see how they feel about you. They know they're not moving forward with you, that you're not willing to move forward. They know that you guys need to take a break at this point. Aries, you had your back turned against commitment from this person. And they thought maybe there was somebody else involved. But Aries, you are in your masculine energy right now. These two cards here, you are not in your Queen of Wands energy. You are in your Emperor energy, which means you're going to be focused on career, making money, providing, building your own life, and independently. You're focused on that independence. You're not focused on this feminine energy that has to do with relationships and commitment at this point. I think your partner thought, well, Aries doesn't want to commit to me because there's somebody else, but there is no one else. You're dedicated to your job. And I think that you've probably had this conversation with them ad nauseum. So let's see what this Seven of Swords is. Okay. I think that because they didn't feel like there was an energy coming from you of commitment, of building a life, of progression. Let's be exclusive, let's see each other exclusively. Let's, move in, let's set a date, whatever, that maybe you were playing, and you weren't playing with them. I just think that the boundaries about where it goes from casual to serious were kind of not clearly defined. So let's see what they're going to do. But they know you're focused on something else and you're not going to give any more attention to relationship. They're making a decision. I think this is kind of a conversation about, again, juggling two people. For you, Aries, though, you're not juggling two people. You're juggling two ideas. And I think, honestly, you're dedicated to your career and you're dedicated to doing your own thing right now. They want you to tell them the truth. So the conversation's going to come across like, we can overcome anything as long as you're honest with me. If there's someone else in the picture, just tell me, just be honest with me. And so it's going to come across like that. And I think, again, you're going to have this conversation with them about relationship not being in alignment with you right now and you wanting to focus on your own life and own career right now. So they're going to approach you with the conversation about, just tell me the truth, Aries. Because some people can't understand the fact that sometimes when you leave a relationship, you're choosing yourself. Some people always automatically think that there's someone else in the picture, and sometimes there is. But a lot of times, especially if you've been through, rough relationships or trauma of some kind, people never do understand that when you leave a relationship, you're not leaving the relationship for someone else. You're leaving the relationship for your own self. Because there's not a lot of self-love and self-importance in our society that, we need to heal ourselves before we are being validated by outward things again, right? So this person is not grasping the fact that you're choosing yourself over this relationship. So it was way more serious for them than it was for you. So let's see what they think you're going to do. They don't think you're going to fight about it. They kind of already know you've got your mind made up that you're not going to incur the burden of trying to be both things right now. You're focused on your own life. They see you moving forward in your own right. They do anticipate that there's going to be an inner conflict for them and not you because they are more deeply emotionally invested than you are. So they do expect a conflict within themselves when you're not mourning the situation, when you're not asking them to stay, when you're not having inner conflict yourself about the ending of relationship. Aries, you're kind of like, look, this is what I'm focused on, and I've enjoyed my time with you. But if you need to move on as a means to find the commitment you're seeking or go out of town and get that job or whatever, then go for it. I'm not going to follow you and I'm going to focus on my own life. And so they are having the inner conflict that you're not having the inner conflict about the relationship ending. And so they automatically are going to be going to the idea that there's someone else that you're trading them in for, right? Which is not the case. Let's see what their intentions are. They feel like they're going to still hang on to you. So, Aries, they may be trying to, wear you down at some point. I think that they want to move forward with you. They have a lot of romantic interest in you, and they want you to be interested in them the way they are interested in you. It's just not the case. Their intention is just to keep presenting themselves to you as available for relationship. Let's see what a final outcome is. They're just not, they're not accepting it. This may be a person that you can't have communication with because they just won't accept it. So if this person has presented to you the idea of an ultimatum, in other words, well, if you don't commit to me, then this relationship is over. And Aries comes back with, okay, that's fine. I'm concentrated on my career at this point. They didn't have a plan B. They weren't prepared to lose when they presented that ultimatum. And they don't know how to recover from your reaction. So that's kind of what you have. And so, they're convinced that you're supposed to be together. You're not. And you're not going to allow them to put ultimatums on you. You're going to free yourself from this person if that's what needs to be done, because you're not going to be emotionally manipulated. So I'm not going to say that there's not going to be a new beginning for the two of you. Like I said, I think later on, when they do their thing and you get yourself under control with your career or however stabilized you need to be, there may be potential for another beginning for the two of you. However, this person needs to come in with the understanding that, you don't give an ultimatum to an Aries because they'll blow right past it. So this is a control mechanism for them, and Aries isn't playing the game. But I feel like Aries, there's going to be the communication about moving forward and freeing yourself from this situation. You're going to go on to find your own peace and harmony and balance. This issue about commitment to this particular situation, you may go on and explore and heal. This may come circle back around to you. But this time, you're going your separate ways. So let's see what they want to say to you. Whoa, there's about 4,000 of these that fell out. I'm not taking those. Too many. Okay, I have trust issues. I've been let down in the past. Well, yeah. They have trust issues because they think that you're seeing other people and you're trading them in for somebody else, which, may have happened to them in the past. But also understand that whenever somebody is trying to exhibit a little bit of control, like with this ultimatum, it's because they're trying to gain control. And they're trying to gain control because they're afraid of loss. So anytime someone's operating in a state of control, wanting to have control, they're really operating out of a state of fear and desperation. So just understand that this is an internal issue, and it doesn't really work with Aries anyway. So, give them a kiss on the forehead on the way out the door, okay? Because, they're trying to battle their own inner fear and loss fear, right? Let's see what else they have to say to you. Okay, I wasn't honest with you about my feelings at the time. So whether it was clear-cut or not, Aries, in the beginning, and it may have been, Aries, you may have been like, look, I'm not looking for anything serious. I'm just dating. You know, I don't have a lot of time to dedicate to relationships right now because I'm focused on my career, or I'm focused on my healing, or I'm focused on whatever, my children. And I don't, you know, I'm not here to say that this is going to be a commitment. And they may have gone along with it, right? They may have been like, oh, yeah, no, me too, you know. But they were not honest with you about that at the time. So their intention was to seek a commitment from someone. I'm coming to you with an offer. Will you say yes? That's what they have come to you with, and you said no. When I offer my hand, will you take it? And Aries, your answer is no. You know, I mean, you're always free to choose something else, but they are giving you an ultimatum. And Aries said, no, thank you. I told you in the beginning. My heart keeps coming back to you, even though I know you've lost faith in me. So again, this is a person who, you know, a little too late, I guess, right? I mean, they're confessing now at the end game that they have these feelings for you. And they were not honest with you the whole time. And you may have been honest with them about what you were looking for. But again, they did not want to accept that. So here we are in this situation where they're not willing to accept the fact that you don't want the commitment. So this may not be a person that you're able to keep a long-term communication with, you know, over the years, because they just will not accept that you're not choosing to be with them. So let's see what their next move is going to be. Journey. You're going on a solo journey, right? They're discontented about the situation because they have to go on a solo journey. And they're confused about why you don't want to commit to them. Again, there's energy about children here, right? And there's also energy about not being able to be friends either at this point. They don't feel like they could be friends with you if there's not a relationship. They're not going to, you know, it doesn't look like they're going to not see anyone else or date around. They may, but they're not really ever going to let go of you. So you may not hear from them a while because they don't want to hear what everybody has to say about it. Their next move is to sort of cut you off in communication, to cut you off, which I think, you know, they may be doing you a favor because, like I said, this person isn't going to let go of this very easily. And you may not be able to continue conversation with them because it will always come back to, hey, Aries, you know, relationship stuff, right? And you have made your decision. So let's get some advice cards on it. Building blocks, that's what you're working on as your foundation. All that glitters isn't gold. I think you know that they could promise you the sun, moon, and stars, and you're just not going to go for it because you're working on your own stuff. And again, that may have been hard won, and you're not ready to commit yet. Fork in the road, there's going to be a decision that needs to be made. You're already there. Working on your foundation. So this is foundational for you about your money, your career. And again, we talked earlier about maintaining balance. You feel as though you're not in balance and that you need to focus on this to stay in balance. You're not going to be going the distance with this relationship. This is over for you. And I think even if this person comes back, you know, I don't think you're going to go for it. So this is a rebirth cycle for you. You're closing down one cycle and you're entering into another one that involves a focus of the self. Let's get some love cards on it, which ain't bad. Sometimes we have to choose ourselves. Because the focus on the self and the self-love brings us to the real love, right? And we can love better and be better in relationships. Okay, look at your inner strength, yes, because you may feel this is a new path for you. You have an 11. So you may feel as though people around you or whatever, maybe like Aries, have you lost your mind? So-and-so over here is a CEO. He's a good father. He's a whatever. She's a whatever. Have you lost your mind? This is a good catch. And you may be saying to yourself, yeah, but I'm a good catch too. And I want to focus on being my own CEO. I want to be the CEO. I don't want to marry the CEO. And so that may be kind of where your focus lies. You're going to have to look to your own strength, though, because I think there may be times that you may doubt your choice. But, you know, trust your gut. You've made the right choice. This is getting in alignment. Demonstrate love. This doesn't mean that you got to be rude to this person or whatever. You know, they may not get it, but you are... This is about your character, your journey, your self-love. And people who love themselves aren't hateful and mean to other people. A 7, this is divinely guided. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Now, that doesn't always necessarily mean that this is to this other person. You know, this could be love of your own self. You endure, you do better, you make it work. But let's see, for the sake of it, where your energies are. You and this other person currently. You may be going in different directions for a reason. And this, again, may circle back, you know, to a different time in your life. When you're ready. And when they're really ready. You know, sometimes people think they're ready for stuff, and they're like, oh, yeah, no, I'm not. No, I know what I'm doing. You know, and they get into it about 10 minutes, and they're like, wait, never mind. You know, I thought it was going to be this way. That's kind of what I'm getting for this person. They don't realize, you know, they're not there. Third eye chakra, yeah, 6, crossroads, being divinely guided. You are working on your own spiritual journey, your own life. The frequency of the third eye chakra supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination and our psychic powers. So again, you're going to have to trust your intuition and what you're being guided toward, because others may not understand. And it's not, so what? You know, what's it to them? But here, over here, this person may not understand the journey either. Whatever journey this is that you're focusing on, the self. You know, a lot of people on a spiritual journey choose to be solitary at some point, because sometimes you have to separate yourself from the noise, you know, to be able to hear your inner voice. And if you keep staying on the wheel, you're not going to be hearing that, and you're not going to be clear enough. So their energy is about self-gratification. They're closing a cycle. They want commitment. They want to create and experience feelings of joy and happiness. So they're kind of in a surface level here. You're going into a deeper journey, and they're still on a 3D journey. And so that could be part of the reason why it's not coming together, because you're actually going in 2 different directions. So fork in the road, I feel like, was appropriate for this situation. So Aries, I mean, that's what I've got. Happy birthday to you guys. And I'll see you later.